so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled of the free and the home of the
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome. Here on a Friday night, we're getting ready for the Relentless Racing Series. It's Father's Day weekend. Happy Father's Day to all those out there, and welcome once again right here on Turn 3 Racing Network. I'm your host, Chris Legge. Alongside of me here tonight in the Hammond Hotel, it's Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how you doing tonight, buddy? Rick? You can't hear me, but how you doing, bud? Rick's still in the old mute mode. He'll be back with us here in just a little bit. tonight does bring us an opportunity to start the very next portion of the chase. Last week we sent home 3 drivers out of the chase. This week we're down to 9. We're going to be looking for the red splitters in the front, the red spoilers in the back, and the red sashes in the windshield. That's how we know that they are part of that chase. And Rick Hammond finally joining me. He must have been down in the pits or something. Rick, how you doing, bud?
Oh man, I was doing good. You know, I had to stop by the pit stall of number 45, Troy Leonard, just because. Oh yeah, did you hear that? Oh yeah, Orange Vanilla Coke's back, baby.
Troy Leonard in that orange vanilla Coke machine one more time. We're not sure if it's true, but we're gonna say it's by request. Got a couple of drivers still loading in with about 2 minutes and 55 seconds remaining of practice. And Rick, this one's sure to be a good one. Our home track, the flat 1 mile right in our backyard over New Hampshire. And man, this is going to be good.
It's going to be good, man. The Magic Mile always puts on a good show, and I'm sure these Relentless Racing guys are going to do just that tonight, Chris. I mean, we got 175 laps here tonight. It's going to be good. I mean, that sun is shining. These cars are looking outstanding. And let me tell you right now, the temperature out there, it is partly cloudy, 78 degrees, the track temperature. This is going to be something to watch for tonight, Chris. 108 degrees.
I'm being told my voice is quiet. They're not usually something I hear, but we'll go with it. And all right, we'll try that. I bumped it up just a little bit just to see how it goes. Please let me know. I'm looking out for you guys. Hopefully everything is good. Again, this is Father's Day weekend, and I can't wait to start it off here with Relentless Racing.
Yeah, there's Big Bloom saying, Chris, it's actually me who's a little bit quiet there. New computer on Chris's side, guys, so we got a few bugs to work out here. We're working on them. Bear with us. Let us know if anything does not sound right.
Well, I got Rick turned up now. I've got myself. We're all turned up, and so are the cars. Looks like we're gonna have about 14 to start, and that's, we're getting closer to the end of the season. Some guys have been eliminated from the chase. This is the sort of thing that happens, Rick. We've seen this time and time again, but these guys looking to put on a hell of a show here tonight, right here, live from New Hampshire.
Yeah, they definitely are, Chris. I mean, so like we said, we dropped out a couple of people there. We know that James Miller, he's still in the chase. We got Eric Lyda, who's also still in the chase tonight. Trying to find out. I know Jeffrey Fisher and that beautiful purple 60 machine, he's in the chase. And just kind of going through. I think that might be all that's racing tonight that are still in the chase for the championship this week.
Rick, I gotta bump you some more. They're saying you're quiet. We're gonna bump you up, bud.
Rick, mad quiet. Maybe
I turn you on anymore. If I turn you up anymore, you're gonna blow out everybody's speakers.
Let's do that, man. I mean, it's almost like a crank it up. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Let's see if there's anything else I can do for you here. Try and get this sorted before we get going here.
Like we said, Chris has been blessed with a new computer system, so we've got some bugs to work out. We ported everything over, but still lots of work to do there on the back end. We're getting it done. Fish Guts, how are you out there? Skittles, Vic Bloom, Roger Muth. We got Danny out there also. Terry Foster. Yeah, I don't know why.
They all want you, Rick. That's okay. I think I've done some adjusting here. It might be better. We're going to go for it. I don't know. You guys let us know.
Yeah, let us know. I think they want my orange vanilla Coke, bro, and they're not getting it, man. Troy set me up, and I'm good to go for tonight.
All right. Speaking of getting it going, here we are. Qualifying underway. He can't help himself. He's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He's ready to jump at a moment's notice.
Oh, great. Now I'm the Michael Waltrip of the booth, I don't know what's going on anymore. We're going to be talking about some slide jobs here tonight, guys. Some slide jobs going on. Who's that? Huh? That's Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the mic.
Thomas Wagner out on track, getting set to qualify his number 43. He was late to the server. Not a lot of practice under the hat of the 43. We'll see what he can do. First lap in, he's a 36.04 for his first lap. And that puts, it did have him on the pole right up until Zachary Taylor in the 5 car came across that line screaming a 35.60.
More like DW. I am old. You got that right, Roger. You're fired, by the way. Just kidding. Hopefully the sounds are a little bit better. I also moved my mic a little closer. Chris usually yells at me, but we're getting it. My Bud Light. Trust me, nobody's taking my Bud Light, bro. I got that stuff outside with a free sign on it. Nobody's touched it all week, bro. Actually, a couple people stuffed some $5 bills in the box for me because they felt so bad.
Rick, we're on board the 115, Tom Lanville, and I think you and I agree. We have a favorite paint out there tonight.
Now listen, I mean, there's a lot of beautiful paint jobs out there, but, you know, we're from Vermont, and maybe a lot of people don't know this because everybody goes, oh, John Deere's from Illinois. Well, no, John Deere was actually born and raised here in Vermont. And granted, it's on a Ford Mustang, but we got the Chad Little look going on, man. I really dig that paint scheme, Chris. Gotta love the John Deere.
Yeah, we do, and man, it looks good. Love that deer on the hood. Tom Lanville across the line for the second lap. And just a little bit quicker, a 30.
Really?
I don't know, slower.
Really? I haven't touched anything, I swear.
I haven't either. I guess we're gonna have to check it ourselves, Rick. Turn it up. Make sure everybody can hear you. Turning it up.
Yeah, turning it up. I mean, now it's like super sensitive. So can people hear me now?
And I hope so. Well, that's it for qualifying so far. Oh, Jeffrey Fisher looks like he may be getting ready to go. Beautiful paint job out of the Fisher. Speaking of paint jobs, thank you, Jeffrey Fisher, for the new logos. Man, they look sharp.
Yeah, they definitely do, Chris. It looks good out there. And that new logo it's eye-catching, and that's what I like about it.
It's definitely purple. Vic Bloom also on the line getting ready to come out in his Mopar Chevrolet. Come on in, Danny.
I'll help you with this, Chris, okay? I'm going to help you with this joke because you just let it go. The Mopar Chevrolet, okay? Everybody knows that Mopar, everybody goes, oh, you need Mopots to keep them running, right? It's on a Chevy. Bada bang, bada boom. I'll give you that one tonight.
Tommy, good luck. It's going to be fun out there. New Hampshire is always a fun track to race at. It's flat, 1 mile. Definitely got to make sure you hit your brake points, and your throttle pickup has got to be on point tonight. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Terry Foster throwing down the challenge. We will know.
Gonna be the Dick Trickle Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Challenger is outlawed from racing too much horsepower. Sorry.
You know, it would be kind of cool, though, if iRacing did bring back some of those old cars, Chris. I mean, how cool would it be to see the Dodges back out there? We got the Fords, you know, the Toyotas, they took over a little bit. But I think that's something that iRacing's kind of missing. And I know Dale Jr. has been very adamant at trying to get a couple of tracks out on iRacing, which those have been scheduled. I don't remember the names of them, but it's going to be some fun ones. But he's also been hitting them up for like some 80s car stuff too. You know, to see that, I mean, that would really bring me back to getting behind the steering wheel. I mean, I'm having a tons of fun here behind the mic with you in the booth, but man, getting some old school cars out there, that would just be fabulous.
It'd be fun, no doubt. I'd probably put my steering wheel back up. Jeffrey Fisher moving along in that 60, going to be looking to put down a lap or two here to qualify. Jeffrey is one of the drivers in the chase. First lap for Fisher, a 30.647. That bumps him up into fourth spot in the first lap. And Fisher may be calling it. We will move over to Vic Bloom. Vic Bloom getting ready to go with his 77, now on the hot lap. Check in with Eric Lyda as he finishes his second lap. Eric Lyda also in the chase, and he has been a little bit on fire as of late, Rick. Last 3 races, he's been in the top 3 every single time. Lyda right now with a 30.725, good enough for 6th place.
Now, obviously, Chris, we love all the drivers of all the guys here at Relentless and all the leagues that we broadcast, but how great would it be to see Lyda get into that top position, man? I mean, he's been so close so many times. He's had 2 top 3s. He came in second. He's right there, man. He's going to do it. But right now, the man that I want to talk about, the driver in the number 5, still hanging on to the pole now. I know we did this last week, but we did it during the race, and I think that was a bad time. So I'm going to do it now during qualifying since we have about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Zachary Taylor said to keep an eye on that number 5 car because he wins a lot at New Hampshire. Now, we heard that last week, and we know how that turned out for him. So I'm going to say it now. We're going to be keeping our eye on that number 5. No PBR, sorry, you couldn't. Oh, well, bro. I'll get you set up. What do you want it on? Chevy? Toyota? It's already in the works, man. And I think they're, well, no, that was the old Chevy. I learned how to speak. I cranked it up. My mic is totally maxed right now. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I'm hardly ever downstairs in the booth. I usually play upstairs with my family on my laptop. Very rare that I'm down here, so I'm not sure. You know, Chris, I did have a Windows update. That might have messed things up.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully everybody can hear me now. It is, it's cranked. So we got it. The track is super tight. That's actually kind of amazing because of the temperature. But as these tires start wearing down, I think that tightness is going to go away for you. I really do.
Well, let's talk about it. I mean, right now, so we do run stage racing here on a Friday night. Tonight's stages are lap number 50 and lap 100. Fuel about 40 laps, but you know, Rick, we heard during practice about 25 laps or so, these tires turn to junk.
Yeah, I've been listening into the crew radios, Chris, and just trying to listen to the driver, something I actually enjoy doing. So if you guys ever say anything bad about me, I'll know, but it's still okay because nobody else will hear you, just me. So if you hear me whimpering over the mic, that's why. But I love listening into you guys talk. And yeah, about 20 to 25 laps, these tires start to go away. And, you know, it gets a little slick, so it's going to get kind of interesting. We got about 26 seconds, I can't even talk tonight, Chris, of qualifying left. I hope, yeah, Derek Garrison, he's out there. He's ready to go.
We're going to have fun. We're having fun. It's Father's Day weekend again. Happy Father's Day to those who are fathers. And, well, that's you and I, Rick. Happy Father's Day, brother.
Happy Father's Day, brother. And for you, happy birthday, happy anniversary, man. You got it all mixed into one great weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Good weekend. Always something to look for. And the LCI Fishing Derby. I'm going to go watch boats go in and out of the water tomorrow. It should be fun.
I just want to report on how many boat operators fall into the water.
That, too, should be fun. Well, Rick, it's about that time. Let's kill up some music and get these guys ready to roll. On the pole in his number 5, it's Zachary Taylor on his outside. Tom Laneville, first time out there with the Relentless Racing Series. Congratulations on the outside pole, Tom. Starting second row inside, points leader coming into tonight, James Miller on his outside, the 45 of Troy Leonard, Rick.
And then we got Thomas Wagner starting his number 43 EcoBoost Ford. Going to be in 5th position. Jeffrey Fisher in that beautiful purple paint scheme there. And the number 60 machine going to be starting 6th, Chris. Then we got Eric Lyda in the 33 going to be starting in 7th. Vic Bloom in the 77 is going to be starting 8th on the outside. Then we got Ben Quimby in the 98 going to be starting 9th. Jeffrey Cox in the 88 going to be starting 10th. We got Thomas Norton in the 9 going to be starting 11th. Derek Garrison in the 11 is going to be starting 12th. We got Andrew Beach in the 27 machine going to be starting 13th. Joshua Kane in the 2 going to be starting 14th tonight. And that rounds out the field, Chris.
All right, field starts the motor on out. Looks like the 43 pulls it over to the side. Possible EOL situation for Thomas Wagner. As we get this one ready to go. Guys, I did refresh my paints at the beginning, so if there's a paint that's not showing up, I tried it one more time. That's about all I can do at this point. Other than that, it's not on my end. Trading paint's kind of notorious.
Yeah, we actually keep it shut off before, right up until before we start the broadcast. So everything, now, just so the drivers know, okay, for next week when we come back, I believe we're going to Bristol, baby. Make sure you do a few laps in practice when you see us log into the server, so that way it gives time for trading paints to load back up. If Chris does it now, everybody's going to go white, and it's going to get kind of hairy there on the start of this race here as the lights are off on the pace car, Chris, and it goes down into pit road.
Getting ready for the start of this one. Waiting for the green flag is Zachary Taylor. It's out. Green flag. Zachary Taylor hits the go button. Into turner number 1. It's Zach Taylor on the inside. Zach Taylor already under pressure from Tom Laneville. Tom scrubs the wall. Tom Laneville carried a little too much speed. Here comes the 25, James Miller. Miller looking to try and get up front. The 115 carrying a ton of speed. Almost gets into the back bumper of the 25.
I mean, Miller's wasting no time, Chris, to get up out front. He needs to. He's got Eric Lyda back there. He's got Jeffrey Fisher. Those guys have the red spoilers, the red splitters, and the red window banner. So they know that they are in the chase, and they're hunting him down right now.
And they're battling each other for position right now. The 33 of Eric Lyda able to get around the 60. Jeffrey Fisher falling position. The 45, Troy Leonard looks on the inside. Leonard in the 45 looking to try and advance position. Cannot do it this time. Jeffrey Fisher holds on the 5th. Vic Bloom in that 77 was watching it all happen in his rearview mirror. He's got the 43 and the 88 doing battle. The 43 of Thomas Wagner has that EcoBoost Ford Mustang ready to roll tonight as he has moved from the back of the field all the way up to 8th position already.
I got a little update from the 43 crew, Chris. He did get an EOL. He was late into the server, so that's what they started doing. We noticed that last race. So he's starting back, but he's doing a good job. Already up into 8th position.
Oh, the 43 pops into the left rear of the 77. The 77 goes around the 43 into the wall. Under caution number 1, the 43 and the 77 involved. We'll go back and take a look. You see the 43 has a run on the inside. And that car looks like it pushed up right into the 77. And the 43 took the brunt of that one. The 88 may have had a touch of it. Yeah, 88, slight right front damage.
Dylan, I have to agree with that. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Xfinity Series, so it's kind of cool to see that car out there, the Beechcraft, looking good. Also sponsored my favorite driver quite a few times throughout his career. That would be Kyle Larson.
early into this one. Pit stops maybe coming to fruition here. Zachary Taylor speeds on the pit road, woes it up right before the commitment line. James Miller stays out. Taylor coming down. Taylor's not coming down alone, though, as the 115, Tom Laneville, Troy Leonard, Wagner coming down. Derek Garrison, Andrew Beach, and Ben Quimby Jr. all on pit road along with Vic Bloom. So 3 drivers stay out. It's Miller, Fisher, and Lyda to restart this one. Looks like they were going for a photo op there. My goodness, those 3 cars looking good. Running side by side, 3 wide under caution.
Now, a couple of other exciting things, Chris, that we didn't get a chance to talk about at the beginning of the broadcast here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But tonight, these guys will have one quick repair, and that fuel is already set to 50%. So I think we're going to see these guys definitely coming down every chance that they possibly have. If they do have a caution, I do expect them to come on top off. I mean, we're at that first caution, lap 4. But we saw a lot of drivers come down. Some of them are probably fixing a little bit of repair, not using the fast repair, just letting their crews bang on the car a little bit. And definitely top off that fuel tank with some Sunoco racing fuel.
And 4 more cars coming down pit road, including the 3 we saw kind of going side by side there. That's Miller, Fisher, and Lyda. And it looks like Jeffrey Cox in the 88 followed them down pit road. So under the first caution of the night, lap 7 of 170, it was brought out by the 43 car of Thomas Wagner. Getting into the 77, it looks like the 88 got a little piece of it in the right front. Pace car lights still on. At least one more lap to go before we go to the green flag, as they're making their way towards the start-finish line right now. Pace car lights are off, Rick. We're getting set to go back to the green flag. And look at this. We got 3 drivers coming down pit road one more time. It's Miller, Leiter, and Fisher, all employing the same strategy. Get fuel whenever you can. They're coming down to top him off.
Yeah, if my memory serves me correctly, Chris, they are all 3 teammates over at AV Sim Sports. So, I mean, it's going to be kind of tough. I mean, these guys are all into the chase. There's only 9 drivers left. So they're trying to help each other out, trying to figure things out. I mean, New Hampshire, very tough track to pass on. It's very flat. We're going to see cars banging into the wall. There's no banking, so to say, that's going to help keep these cars down. So these drivers really got to hit those braking points. They got to hit the acceleration points, and they got to watch out for all the cars that are around them.
Pace car hits pit road, getting set to go back to the green flag. Green flag wave, Zachary Taylor leads the way. Zachary Taylor with a very nice restart this time by Tom Laneville, kind of left in the dust there. The 115 looks to try and catch up. Vic Bloom running in 3rd, but he's got a challenge of the number 45, Troy Leonard, as Leonard gets around. The 11, Derek Garrison, starting to peek in.
Yeah, Vic Bloom looking on the inside of the 45, Chris, takes that corner really wide. You know, Zachary Taylor, I know you're sitting here listening to the broadcast, bro. Okay, we already got a couple people that really like your paint scheme. I see the big Junior Motorsports logo on the trunk. I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but I called Kelly Earnhardt Miller today, and she's watching, so put on a good show.
You just never know who Rick knows. Tom Laneville looking on the inside, almost had position on Zach Taylor that time by. Zach able to close the door. He goes down to the yellow line almost. That's not actually the preferred line here. You want to be about 1 lane up. And Zachary Taylor nailed it right there. Tom Laneville was down a little bit lower, loses momentum out of the 115, falls back quite a ways.
I think as they head into 3 and 4, he's going to gain a little bit of that back, Chris, but you're absolutely right. That's exactly what happened. Went down just a little too low, lost the momentum, had to really get onto the brakes. And that was kind of unfortunate there for Laneville, but doing a good job still sitting there in second in that John Deere Ford Mustang.
Troy Leonard, the number 45, right behind them with Derek Garrison breathing down his neck. Garrison in the 11, looking to try and pop into the top 3. Troy Leonard trying to prevent it. Vic Bloom in the 77, started up a little further ahead than he is now, but Bloom running nicely in the top 5. Behind Bloom, it's the 43 of Thomas Wagner. Wagner bringing out the first caution of the night, and he's got James Miller right behind him. James Miller, your points leader, coming into tonight, looking to try and hold on. And Miller right now being scored in 7th position. Jeffrey Cox in the 88 right behind them. Cox, so far, he's got his 88 in 8th spot, and he is following Miller around the track. Jeffrey Fisher in 9th position. Ben Quimby Jr. in his 98. Rounding out the top 10, Eric Lyda sitting in 11th, and Andrew Beach is in 12th position. 2 drivers didn't start tonight. Thomas Norrington and Joshua Kane opted out of this one, as we're on lap 14 of 170, and Zach Taylor leading the laps.
Laneville's doing everything that he possibly can, Chris. He's checking out all the lanes that he possibly can on the racetrack, trying to catch back up to the back bumper of Taylor right now. We just saw Laneville go really, really high up towards the wall there. Not able to pull it off there, so now he's going to be setting up and trying for something new and trying to get back up to the back bumper of that number 5 machine.
We see the 11 of Derek Garrison getting around the 45 of Troy Leonard to the inside. Garrison now in the top 3. Troy Leonard finds himself under a little bit of attack here, as Vic Bloom also right on his back bumper. James Miller able to get around a couple of cars. Miller back up in the 6th position as we're on lap 16. Remember, the first stage will end on lap 50 tonight. And we expect that these cars are probably going to have to pit. Jeffrey Fisher with a big move to the inside. Fisher and Wagner battling it out. Wagner to the outside, the purple car. That's Jeffrey Fisher to the inside, looking to try and get around Thomas Wagner. Eric Lyda not having quite the same luck as Jeffrey Fisher and James Miller. Eric Lyda has cracked into the top 10, and 10th is where he stands. Ben Quimby moves back to 11th. Andrew Beach picking up the tail end of the field, and Zachary Taylor leads another one. Tom Laneville's got a little over a second gap to make up over Zach, or under Zach Taylor. Taylor is starting to walk away a little bit, and Rick, it's starting to come to fruition here. Zach Taylor said, "Hey, I'm all right here," and so far he's proving it.
Yeah, he definitely is, Chris. I mean, he did talk to us a little bit before the race. Told us, keep your eye out, guys. I know I said this last week, but I've been practicing, and New Hampshire is one of his favorite tracks. He does really well here. And he's definitely showing these guys how to get around. I mean, the gap is huge. It is opened up to over a second and a half right now between first and second position. Derek Garrison's been putting a little bit of pressure on Laneville there in that 11 machine. And we got Troy Leonard. He's still sitting there in 4 trying to figure out what to do. He's got Vic Bloom. Gets right up to his bumper and tries to keep a little bit, but just can't get the momentum. I mean, New Hampshire is a very technical track, and if you learn the line and you run it consistently every lap, you're going to be fast, just like we're seeing out of Taylor right now. And these guys just got to figure out, not everybody's car is happy running that preferred line, but that preferred line is one of the fastest. So as we talked about, these guys are on lap 20 right now. We came down. I'm not sure if anybody really took tires. I don't believe so. I mean, with only 4 laps in, I probably wouldn't. But this is right around the time when we're going to start seeing these tires give away a little bit. So that's where things are going to get interesting. And
it's also where you may start seeing, Rick, the 25 of Miller, the 60 of Fisher, and the 33 of Lyda start picking up a slight advantage. These guys came down pit road after everybody else did, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but they're going to have a little bit more fuel. They're going to have a little bit better tire, and you know, every lap matters. So we'll see how that all plays out. I think it might actually mean something out on the track. We'll find out.
I think you're right, Kristen. Right now, you got Tom Laneville in that number 115. He's getting under a lot of pressure of Derek Garrison in that 11 machine. Garrison got right on out to the outside, trying to battle it out a little bit. Didn't quite have the momentum on the inside to make that pass on the 115, but he's trying it again each and every lap as they come out of the corners.
Yeah, Garrison looking to try and get around the 115 newcomer, Tom Laneville.
It's always kind of a nerve-wracking time too, Chris, when you're a new guy to a league. You haven't raced around these drivers, particularly in this league. I mean, they might have done it some other places, but it's very nerve-wracking. I mean, you don't want to be that guy that comes in that's new and starts causing issues. You know, these guys have been racing together now for a very long season. So, you know, they got it down pat, and now you got a new guy in there, but right now, Laneville's doing a fabulous job out there. And it looks like Garrison's going to get around.
Yeah, just as he said that, Laneville scrubs the wall a little bit, and that allows the 11 of Derek Garrison to go around him on the inside. So now Derek Garrison trying to hunt down Zachary Taylor. The gap, 3.7 seconds, Rick.
And that's huge here at New Hampshire. It really is. I just checked that track temperature, Chris. It's fallen down about 4 degrees. So we're at 104 degrees right now from practice when we started here, 108. So the track cooling off a little bit. But, I mean, we know New Hampshire's a very hot track when you go there. And these guys are definitely putting on one heck of a show here tonight.
Troy Leonard in the 45, sitting in 4th spot.
And I think I know what Leonard's doing, Chris. You know, a while back we talked about him. We're like, man, we really want to get him in the team speak. I mean, he had a podium finish. We wanted to talk to him, and we were told that he's a very hard guy to get a hold of. He doesn't like attention and stuff, so that's why I always. Plus, I love that car, man. That orange, vanilla orange Coke car is just beautiful. But you know, I think he doesn't want to get third because he knows that we're going to hound him to talk to him again.
And while you're talking, Rick, I was just adjusting some more. I'm not entirely sure. You know, I had obviously a new computer. I've had plenty of updates that I've been contending with too, and certainly that may be part of it.
I mean, I basically have the mic right in front of my mouth, Chris, which is something, as you know, with these Yetis, it's not what we normally do because these things pick up everything, but trying our best. Thank you, Fish Guts, for letting us know, my friend.
And if there's anything else that I can do, let me know, please. We'll adjust on this thing just like guys adjust on their race cars, try and get it absolutely perfect for the race. And hey, that's what it is. We'll do it. Speaking of doing it, it's the 77, Vic Bloom. He moves from 5th to 4th. He's got James Miller right behind him. Jeffrey Cox in the 88 having a good night. He's up to 6th spot. He's following James Miller through the crowd. And Tom Laneville, who was running 2nd not that long ago, scrubbed the wall a little bit, and he has fallen back to 7th position. Thomas Wagner in the 43. He is back in 8th spot. Wagner was involved with the 77 in that very first caution, lap number 6. It also got a piece of Jeffrey Cox. Cox able to recover. And it looks like the 43 hasn't quite found his groove yet. Still a lot of damage on the front end of that car. Jeffrey Fisher out there in the number 60. Man, that car looking sharp tonight. That all purple. And again, the graphics that Jeffrey put together for us here tonight, excellent. Just excellent. Eric Lyda starting to work his way up forward. He's in 10th position, getting very close to the back bumper of Fisher. Andrew Beach The right front of the 27 has seen better days, but he is still marching around this track. He's running about 0.3 of a lap of a second, slower than the race leader of Zachary Taylor, which isn't too bad. It'll take a little while before Zach was able to reach him. And Ben Quimby, he is down 1 lap. He's running in 12th spot, but he came down pit road about 6 laps ago. So we'll have to see how that strategy pans out as we get closer to the stage finale on lap 50.
Now look who's back in third again, Chris. Troy Leonard. He's probably listening in. He's like, you know what? I'm going to get a podium just so I don't have to talk to you.
You know, he might be that guy. And speaking of that guy, we're on him right now. That's the 5 car, Zachary Taylor. Absolutely dominating performance so far out of Zach Taylor in his number 5 car. Derek Garrison was trying to take a bite out of the lead. Hasn't been able to do it. Gap now back to second, about 5 seconds. Troy Leonard trying to overcome a little bit of a gap himself, as he's got about a 1.7 gap up to second spot. But right now, Troy Leonard is in third. So I'm going to take just a second to explain. With this new computer, I am missing one piece of software. We were going to try and go without it, but it looks like, Rick, I'm not going to be able to. I'll be installing that tomorrow.
Yeah, bringing back Voice Banana, guys. You know, we're trying different things, and I mean, there is something that Chris and I do. We both want to buy mixers, but they are pretty expensive, so it's something that we're saving for and holding off for. But right now, it looks like, you know, we tried it. There's been a couple hiccups there with it. Chris usually forgets that he has his mic muted, even though mine's going. He'll be talking to me, I'll be answering him, and everybody else going, Rick, what the heck are you all talking about, man? You are like DW, because you're just rambling.
Rambling? Yes, he is. The 25, James Miller, rambling on towards the front of the pack. James Miller, one of the fastest cars out there right now, and his number 25. And I believe, Rick, if I'm not mistaken, that's a Canadian maple leaf on the hood of that car.
I believe you're right, eh? I'll drink an American Coke to that.
Troy Leonard in the 45. Speaking of Coke, Leonard is running in third spot right now. A good run out of Troy. Derek Garrison still holds on to second. A gap up to first now. 5.333 seconds. And
just to kind of give guys an idea, so right now, Zachary Taylor is heading into the backstretch right now. When you look back at Derek Garrison, he's just coming into turn 1, going into turn 2. So, you know, 5 seconds, that is a huge gap that Zachary Taylor has opened up. Now, he's got to be kind of careful, though, because guys behind him can actually sneak into pit road, get some fuel, maybe get some tires. You know, we're getting close to around that time where we expect to see these guys doing that, and he might be kind of stuck out there. Green white checkers, I believe that they probably will if it comes down to it. I know it really worked last Sunday, Chris, when we were at Daytona there with the Blazing Pedals TRJkarting.com Truck Series.
Joshua Kane, half Canadian, originally from New Hampshire. Well, Josh, you and I are cousins.
Hey. Don't forget the A, come on.
I don't do A. My family's from the province of Quebec.
Voulez-vous butter?
Wow.
Bonjour, Vichy la Juvie. I think I said, do you want some butter? And hello, I'm a little girl, but I'm not sure. I get strange looks when I go up there, Chris. I say that. It's the only French I know. Well, there is one other word, but this is a family channel, so.
Zachary Taylor really is pouring it on here right now. We've got lap 41 of 170. That puts us about 9 laps from the end of the first stage, Rick. And Taylor has absolutely dominated this first run. Derek Garrison in the 11 trying to do what he can to try to catch it, but I don't think there's any catching him on this run anyway. Gonna need that yellow to come out and bunch the field back in. And there's a couple of drivers that'll be happy. Some drivers opting to pit right now and just come back out and take the field position for the second run. Okay, I do not have any Canadian tattoos. That, you got me. You got me.
He does have a Tasmanian devil, though.
I do.
I can't tell you where, but he does. And there's in pit road, Chris. Zachary Taylor comes down pit road.
All right, so that answers the question. Can the leaders make it? The answer is no. Zachary Taylor losing a bunch of spots on pit road as he is running his 5 out of fuel coming down. And that gives the lead up to Derek Garrison in his number 11. He's got James Miller going to be running in second spot.
5 had a little mishap there coming into his pit stall on pit road, Chris. Went a little forward too far, had to back up, so he loses a little bit of time there. 4 new tires and a new tank of Sunoco racing fuel out for the number 5. The 115 been sitting in second for most, or up towards the front for most of the night there. Tom Laneville, he comes down and gets service on his Ford Mustang. Chris right now sitting in 10th position. His service is done. He's going to fall back down to 11th, I believe. The leaders are definitely coming down pit road. Derek Garrison out there has the lead right now. Opts to stay out.
Well, Rick, we were told that a fuel run was going to be right around 40 laps. Apparently, it might be just shy of that, although it looks like Garrison may make it. He's on lap 39.
He just scrubbed the wall there just a little bit, lost a little bit of time. Thomas Wagner's trying to catch up to him. Wagner sitting in 8th position in that number 43 machine.
He is 1 lap down. The first car, 1 lap down. I'll hop into the cockpit of Garrison as he is still marching his way around this track. Garrison on lap 40, and you see how slow he is picking that throttle back up. Those tires are shot. He knows if he gets on too early, that car will go around, and he is definitely saving fuel. Maybe getting ready to come down pit road is Derek Garrison. Definitely staying off the throttle. No, he stays out. Surprising. You go to Mexico and you've learned to order beer.
You know, Terry, funny thing about that is I took 4 years of German just so I go over to Germany, and the only thing that I remember is how to say Billisch kalt Bier danke. And they don't even have cheap cold beer there. Everything's warm. I don't even get it.
Well, Rick, as you were ordering a beer, guess what? James Miller takes over the lead from Derek Garrison. He did it without much of a fight at all. James Miller, I think that pit strategy is starting to pay off. Only 2 laps less on his set of tires. He passed him like he was standing still.
Well, it seems Garrison, I mean, watching him, Chris, I mean, he's really just taking his time right now. Actually, he just dropped down to 2,000 RPM, so he's definitely saving fuel. And he goes by pit road once again. But one thing, when we're in the cockpit view of Garrison, man, he has it down pat. If anybody is having trouble in iRacing, one of the things that Chris taught me, and I'm also seeing it more now that we broadcast, because we like to go in with the race leaders, watch their cockpit. The little minimal moving of the steering wheel, nice and smooth, that's all they need to do. You know, I mean, if you can get that, down pat, you're gonna improve everything tenfold.
I have to be very careful with the inputs as we are under caution, and that is for the stage. James Miller took the lead just in time. James Miller, your stage 1 winner. So James Miller is the best of the best in the first. And Zachary Taylor was not able to get there on his fuel run. So we're going to go under the caution flag, get service done to these cars. We're going to talk to Miller as well, but we'll do that after he takes his service. We're going to bunch them all back together and throw them back out on the track one more time. 50 miles complete of the 170 miles we're going to run tonight. And a pretty clean race so far, Rick. Only one caution. It happened on lap 6. It was Thomas Wagner getting into the 77 of Vic Bloom. The 88 got a little piece of it, but it hasn't seemed to bother him too much, as Jeffrey Cox was able to march back up the field a little bit there before this caution.
Yeah, right before stage 1 ended, Jeffrey Cox on that 88 machine came in 10th position, Chris. So a little bit of work to do, but still inside that top 10.
The 25 of James Miller has completed his service, and James Miller, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
10-4, boys.
Well, James, you know, I kind of questioned your pit strategy a little bit at the beginning of the race there. You stayed out, and it gave you just enough, but I'm thinking, to get around the 11 right at the end where it mattered and take stage 1. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, this fuel strat worked out real well for us there. Yeah, I had my doubts too. The estimated number was screwing me over there, but I had about half a lap left when I crossed the line, so I was just coasting to the pits there.
Perfect. All right, bud. Well, listen, congratulations on winning stage number 1 here tonight, and good luck for the rest of the race.
All right, thank you guys. Hope to talk to you guys later.
All right, that's the winner of stage number 1, the number of the 25 of James Miller. Looks like he's going to be restarting here in second spot, Rick, as we are still under caution. Time to take just a quick break. We'll be right back. Well, after a couple of unexpected pit stops, James Miller looks like he is going to restart this one in the lead. He's going to have Eric Lyda to his inside, leader's choice here at the Relentless Racing Series, and James Miller elects to start on the outside. Eric Lyda with a hell of a move up to second spot after the last round of pit stops. Troy Leonard still sitting in third, Derek Garrison fourth, Vic Bloom in fifth. Pace car getting ready to drop off the field and get these cars back under the green flag. We'll log some more laps. Remember, the next stage ends at lap 100. Pace car is off, and it is up to James Miller. He hits the loud button, and away they go. James Miller with a fantastic restart in the 33 of Eric Lyda, holding on to the rear bumper. Eric Lyda looking to try and get a point for leading a lap here, and the 33 has certainly been on fire as of late. Cars bunching up towards the middle of the pack. Zach Taylor in the 5, trying to work the inside of Leonard. Leonard a little slow off from that corner. Everybody drops down below. And the 45 going to be a little bit of a victim as a couple of cars able to get around. Here comes the 115 again. He's working the back bumper of Vic Bloom, but the big mover right now, Zach Taylor in the 5. 5 is moving. Here comes Vic Bloom on the inside. The 77 looking to try and make his way up in the top 5 and does. He's to the inside of Thomas Wagner. Wagner fighting back on the outside. Wagner's got Garrison in the 11 just ahead of him. Everybody goes single file. Zachary Taylor has moved himself up to second spot. Here comes Lyda, gonna try and fight back. Can't quite get there. As they head into turn number 3, Zachary Taylor looking to try and retake the lead. Here comes the 11 of Derek Garrison to the back bumper of Eric Lyda. Lyda now under attack. 3 wide going down the front stretch. The 43, Thomas Wagner, had the outside. Oh no, the 115 and the 77 of Vic Bloom touch, but they're making it okay. 43 into the wall. Thomas Wagner trying to hold on. Still trying to hold on as Wagner going into turn 3. Vic Bloom up into the 115. Vic Bloom, the 115 now. Holy cow, too much to show, and the 115 pointing the wrong way. Caution number 2, lap 58. What a wild ride. You saw Thomas Wagner trying to hold on to it, and the 115 suffers the most. Front and back end damage on that 115. We're going to go back and take a peek one more time to get enough of it. So you got the 77 of Vic Bloom, the 115, and the 43 of Wagner. Those are the 3 we're watching. These 3 taking it 3 wide down the front stretch. The 115 gets into the 77. Too much speed to try and hold on to it. The 77 fighting back on the outside, but this is where Wagner starts getting in trouble. And the 115 has to back out of the throttle. Watch how fast the 77 closes in. And he just didn't have enough brake, and the 77 gets into 115. And around they go. So technically under caution number 3, the second one, or the second caution of the night was for the stage. Everybody knows now they have to take gas, so they're on pit road getting tires and fuel. And why not?
And look at Miller, Chris. I mean, very fast pit stop. Back out there, doing what he has to do. His team doing a good job there to keep him out front.
Yeah, James Miller able to take control of this one yet again. And there's a couple of drivers still on pit road. 3 of them, in fact. The 115 of Laneville, the 88 of Jeffrey Cox, and the 98 of Ben Quimby, all on pit road still, trying to make some repairs. And they're going to try and beat the pace car off pit road. So James Miller going to resume as the frontman. Eric Lyda gets a little reprieve and is in second spot. Zachary Taylor in the 5, really marching his way up towards the front one more time. We'll start on the inside second row. Derek Garrison in the 11 will start 4th. Wagner in the 43 will start 5th. Still under the caution here at the Magic Mile, Loudon, New Hampshire. And Rick, I guess we have somebody else who's a little closer. I don't know if we can call this our home track anymore.
Yeah, I think. I mean, well, it is our home track. I mean, we're from Vermont. I mean, until Thunder Road gets on the service, then we can switch. I mean, I'll gladly say Watkins Glen's our home track. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't dislike New Hampshire, but I dislike New Hampshire.
It's a tough track. It drives like a short track. Tempers will flare.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier in the broadcast, Chris. I mean, very flat track here, so guys sliding up towards the wall, sliding up into each other, it's going to be common. It's going to happen. Very easy to happen. You don't have that banking to help force the car down, and it's very tough. So that's one thing I do like about New Hampshire. It does drive like a short track, so there is some short track tempers that are flaring, and that's just racing,
Eric Lyda setting to the inside of your race leader, James Miller, as they have gone side by side, ready to start this one back up. The last caution, the 77 into the 115. We're on lap 62 of 170. The next scheduled caution, lap 100. Pace car getting ready to come off from the racing surface and on the pit road to set these Xfinity cars blazing one more time. James Miller with a good restart, and we are back running again.
And look who's sitting there in third once again, Chris.
Yeah, Eric Lyda loses some positions and he loses some more. The 11 and 43 get around the 33. Here comes Jeffrey Fisher to try and put his nose in. Can't quite get there. James Miller in the 25. Your race leader, Zachary Taylor, trying to hunt him down.
And right now, Lyda under a lot of pressure from the 60, Jeffrey Fisher. I know Jeffrey Fisher got a lot of fans out there. Fish Guts is sitting there rooting for him. Trying to get around that 33 of Eric Lyda right now to take over 5th position.
Zachary Taylor may have rubbed the wall just a little bit there. You saw him lose just a little bit of momentum. The 5 back in it now. The 25 looks like he might be under the gun. The 11, oh no, the 11 makes a little contact, backs off, gives room. And the 5 motors on, everybody okay. It did stack up the top 4 though. Miller, Taylor, Wagner, and Garrison all stacked up.
I mean, poor Zachary Taylor is dominating here so far tonight. And then you get Miller out front. Now he's going to try to worry about going around Miller. And he's also watching his rear view to see what's going on there, just in case he needs to try to protect second. And these guys, I mean, they were bunched up. There is a little bit of a gap now, but the 5 getting really close to the back bumper of the 25 of Miller. Peeking on the inside there as they're coming down through turn number 4 onto the front stretch. Not able to do it this time by.
Zachary Taylor really wants to talk to us post-race. No doubt about it. That 5 has been on fire this whole race, and he is looking to try and get back around the 25.
All right, Haley's out there also. Haley, thank you for joining us here tonight at the Turn 3 Racing Network. I know you watch pretty much every week. You just sit there quietly, though. It's good to see you out there in chat.
Would like to thank everybody who's out there watching on Turn 3 Racing Network. We couldn't do this without you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if this is your first time out. Hit the subscribe button. Maybe ring that bell. You'll get notified whenever we go live. And Rick, our schedule is starting to fill up here on Turn 3. So if you are out there looking for somebody, we'll do what we can.
Oh yeah, the three of you pitch cuts. I know you guys are out there every week. A lot of times you're quiet, but we love it when you start hitting us up on chat, man. It keeps me and Chris, Chris and I, we're not like other broadcasters out there. We like to watch the chat. We like interacting with you guys, so keep it up. And thank you. So we really do appreciate it, and you know that the Relentless guys really appreciate it also. And look at the gaggle of cars right now, Chris, trying to battle it out for second place. Garrison looking on the inside of Wagner. Has it at the line. See if he's able to clear as they head into turn number 1. Wagner battling it out on the outside. Not easy to give that up right now. Wagner doing everything that he possibly can to protect third position. Garrison's there. He's not giving up, though.
Oh no, Wagner touches the wall. He's going to scrub some speed in the 11 of Garrison, looking to take advantage on the inside. Garrison now with a good run. The 43 able to gather it back up. Thomas Wagner trying to make a top 3 run out of it. Garrison able to fight back and away, and he is starting to leave Wagner behind just a little bit. Full crowd here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway as we are watching the Relentless Racing Series. Xfinity car rocking and rolling here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Again, thank you all who are out there. Happy Father's Day to everybody who is a father. And man, oh man, what a race we are bringing you here so far tonight. We've only had 3 cautions. One of them was for a stage finish. James Miller, your race leader, was the stage 1 winner, and he is looking to try and outrace them all for stage number 2. He's got the 5 car of Zachary Taylor right behind him, trying to make sure that Miller doesn't just run away with it. And here goes Zach Taylor to the inside. Zachary Taylor may have been following long enough. Taylor in the 5, looking on the inside, has him by a nose coming out of 4. It's a drag race down the front stretch. Zachary Taylor with the race lead. Just like that, though, Miller goes back ahead. The 5 of Zachary Taylor not able to hold on to it on the inside line. Tires may be starting to become a factor here again. Rick, 15 laps on him. And here comes the 11, Derek Garrison. Garrison says, you know, boys, I had the lead. I just couldn't hold on to it. And he's looking to fight back. It's 1, 2, 3. Throw a blanket over him.
And these guys doing a fabulous job trying to get up to Miller and get around him, having a hard time to 5. Ooh. Might have bumped the 25 just a little bit, had to let off.
That Zachary Taylor had a hell of a run coming out of 2 and had to woe that machine up. He may have touched the back bumper of the 25. 25 didn't feel it, though. Not a wiggle. Bumper to bumper, crossing the start-finish line. Zachary Taylor looking to put more pressure on the 25. Taylor wants that lead back, and this time may have it. It's a drag race going on to the backstretch. The 5 launches himself ahead. The 25 may have gone in the wall a little bit. Here comes Thomas Wagner on the inside. Passes the 11 and gets on side by side the 25. Wagner with a good shot. Thomas Wagner takes over second at the line. James Miller back to the inside, has to woe it up. Car starts to push towards the wall. Stayed out of the 43, and the 25 settles into third. Your stage 1 winner now running third spot. He's got Thomas Wagner in the 43 right in front of him. He's got Derek Garrison in the 11 behind him. Check in on 5th real quick. It's Eric Lyda in the 33. Lyda trying to make his way up to the front. Last few races, he has finished in the top 3. Would love to do it again. Jeffrey Fisher in the 60 car. Fisher is running 6th spot, having a good run tonight. Andrew Beach in the 27. He's still holding on. He's on the lead lap. And Andrew Beach looking to make his way forward. the 88 of Jeffrey Cox. He was involved in the very first caution of the night, and the 88 settles into 8th place. Troy Leonard running in 9th place in his 45. And the last running car is actually running, but it's on pit road. The 98, Ben Quimby. He is top 10 right now, 10th spot. Up front, Zachary Taylor starting to pull. Oh no! Wagner got in the wall, and oh my goodness, something big happened there. The 43 into the wall. We're on lap 79. As the caution flag waves once again here at Relentless Racing. We go back to see what happened. So the 43 had the 11. The 43 may have got on the gas a little too soon. We're going to find out. Can't really tell. It looks like he just scrubbed the wall and the car kicked out. Really weird. The 11 took a huge hit out of that. We're going to go back and see if we can't see what happened just a little bit clearer here as they cross the start-finish line on the replay. See, the 11 gets really close here in the turns of 1 and 2. Wagner able to get on the throttle. Made a good corner there, a little bit of a diamond pattern. And then down the backstretch, it's like he just kind of gets a little too close to the wall, or I don't know. Rick, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it kind of looked like that he was just kind of up next to the wall, Chris, and I'm not sure. I'm trying to go back and look in the cockpit view here to see exactly what happened. Because it looks like the wall might have just maybe jumped out, or because he hit it pretty hard.
Fisher looking to stay out for one lap to collect his bonus point. Very important for Jeffrey Fisher as he's got the red spoiler, the red splitter, and the red window sash, indicating that he is part of the chase here at the Relentless Racing Series. Under caution number 4.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened there, Chris. I mean, he was up against the wall coming out of the backstretch into turn number 3, and then all of a sudden, just boom. It was almost like he hit like an invisible wall or something.
Yeah, Fishguts, you're probably onto it. I don't want to call it netcode because usually that's between the driver and another driver. But if I had to guess, I would say it was. Thomas Wagner's still on pit road. Hard to tell what he's thinking. The car is shut off right now. Well, I say let's find out from the man himself. Thomas Wagner, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Hello.
Tom, we're trying to figure out, bud, because it's not clear in the replay exactly what happened there. It looked like you had enough of a distance between you and the wall, and then all of a sudden, your car just went around.
You know, I don't really know what happened there because it was running fine straight down, pit road there, or not pit road, the backstretch, and it just kind of snapped out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we saw, and it seemed to be for no reason at all. So I'm gonna have to say there was something hanging out in the wall, and you were unfortunate enough to catch it tonight. Are you gonna be done for the night? Or are you gonna be able to get back out?
We'll be back out here in a minute.
All right, bud. Good luck to you the rest of the way. That is the number 43, Thomas Wagner. He's just as confused as we are about exactly what happened to that 43 car. And one thing we know for sure is it may have damaged the right front of that 11 car, as the 11 had no place to go and Garrison couldn't check out.
I watched the replay a couple times because I just can't figure it out. I mean, I didn't see the wheel turn or anything like that. It was just like I said, like he almost hit like an invisible barrier all of a sudden. So netcode maybe. It looked to me, I looked at a couple different angles, and he was definitely off the wall. So that was very strange. Very unfortunate for Thomas Wagner tonight.
Pace car is off. We're getting set to go back to the green flag. It's Garrison and Miller on the front row. Garrison with a good start, leaving Miller behind. Derek Garrison with a great restart, and he is up front once again in his number 11. James Miller's got to figure out a way to get there. Take a peek back at the number 5 car. That's Zachary Taylor. Taylor has a long way to go. He is currently being scored in 5th, but look at that 5 car go.
Definitely got to make his way back through the traffic, Chris. But I mean, we watched him. The first, right up until the first stage there. I mean, that 5 car is a force to be reckoned with, especially if it gets out front in that clean air. Right now, he's got some cars to maneuver around, but I don't expect him to stay down there too long. That's for sure.
Jeffrey Cox in the 88, a bit of a quiet night. He was involved in that first caution, but the 88 finds himself running in 3rd spot right now. He's got Andrew Beach in the 27 right behind him. 27 making a move to the inside. The 88 may be under attack.
Ooh, 5 sliding, Chris. He's going to be able to save it, I do believe. He does save it. Wow. Drag racing through that corner, doing a little dripping.
Unbelievable. The stuff we're seeing on this track tonight, the 43 gives a shot to the 88, says, hey, we got to go. The 27's right here.
Ooh, Eric Latta going around, Chris.
Oh, Latta's going around, and so is the 5. Eric Latta in his 33 going around, and he may have collected into the 5. We'll go back and take a peek. Eric Latta sitting there in the 33. The 5 comes to the inside. Oh, no. 4-car incident, and it looks like the 5 triggered it. The 5 car of Zachary Taylor gets into the 33 of Eric Latta, in turn gets into the 60 of Jeffrey Fisher, and then into the 45 of Troy Leonard. Under caution, one more time, Rick. We're going to take a quick break. Back live here in New Hampshire as we are under caution number 5. About 10 laps to go before we fall under yet another caution, Rick. This one will be scheduled, though, as we get ready to go back to the green flag. Caution lights are still on, should shut off this time across the start-finish line. And Derek Garrison, James Miller going to line it up to do it all over again.
You're absolutely right. Then third and fourth is going to be Jeffrey Cox, Andrew Beach. You got Jeffrey Fisher rounding out the top five. Troy Leonard there involved in that last caution there on lap 87. He's going to be starting in sixth position. Eric Light, I'm waiting to see because he came down pit road, Chris, for some service. Zachary Taylor, Thomas Wagner, Ben Quimby Jr. rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, Fisher decides he's going to come down pit road one more time. May just be for fuel. We'll see.
I'm seeing the right side go up in the air, so definitely getting a set of tires there.
All right, Fisher says might as well. Pace car coming down the back stretch. This is just a 1 mile track, New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire. Fisher has made it off from pit road, trying to get his car to the back of the field. Fisher, last car now on the lead lap, car, position number 7. Pace car drops off, and that's gonna let Garrison and Miller duke it out one more time under the green flag. Derek Garrison trying to run away, but the 25 of Miller looking to hold on.
Miller's doing everything he can to look on the inside now, Chris. He's got a good run on the 11. That 25 machine is looking fast right now. Almost clear the 11 as they come into the turn. Not able to complete it yet. Coming out of 4. We'll see how it goes. Right now, Garrison's still hanging on to that lead. 25 falls in behind him.
A little bit of an oh my heart situation. Ben Quimby, was climbing up the wall on the front stretch on the last lap. He seems to have gotten it straightened out, back up to speed, although it doesn't look like his car is running full speed right now. Up front, Derek Garrison and James Miller still trying to duke it out. This is for stage number 2, kind of setting up like it was last time by. Stage 1, it looked a lot like this, Rick. Garrison and Miller, and then Miller was able to get around, and Garrison not able to hang. This time maybe a little bit different, though. They're on equal tires. And tires, Rick. Tires will win you a race.
Oh, tires definitely will win you a race. I mean, these guys only have a half a tank of fuel even when they fill it up. So, kind of interesting. I mean, they're running on 50% fuel tonight. So, fuel, definitely a big thing, but tires, definitely the bigger thing. I mean, you want that car to have that pressed rubber to be able to stick to the track. I mean, it's so flat that tires are huge here.
We just saw the 88 get in the wall. A couple of crash avoidance things happening as drivers were trying to get around the 88. Jeffrey Fisher in the purple car at the end of the line has new tires and just hasn't had the ability to flex that muscle yet. Back up front, it is Derek Garrison. He's got about a half a second lead over the 25. James Miller looking to try and close in on him. Would like to try and win both stages here tonight. Derek Garrison trying to hold him off. Fish Guts, you're absolutely right. This track kind of known to chew up on race cars, and certainly it's starting to have its way here as we're on lap 97 of 170. Stage will end at lap 100. Derek Garrison trying to win this one. Zachary Taylor in the 5 car, third in line First car, 1 lap down. Zachary Taylor may have the best advantage of them all. He's going to be able to get his lap back when the yellow flag runs. Derek Garrison looks like he may be the sure in to try and take the second stage here. Yellow flag is out. Stage 2 winners, Derek Garrison in the number 11.
And if my memory serves me correctly, Chris, right down in the waiting room, TeamSpeak user is going to be Derek Garrison, I do believe.
Well, actually, why don't we verify that if you don't mind, Rick? So the number 11 takes stage number 2. The 25 comes up a little short. Derek Garrison looking to have all the momentum now going into the third and final stage of the evening.
And that definitely is Derek Garrison. Chris, he said he does not mind coming up into the booth once he's finished his service.
Perfect. So we'll get a chance to talk to Derek Garrison here as soon as he hits his pit stall. Perhaps the happiest guy on the track right now is the number 5. He's going to get his lap back, be able to get fresh service done to his 5 car and get back out there and start trying to race one more time. Got 2 cars 1 or more laps down right now. It's Thomas Wagner in the 43, Ben Quimby Jr. in the 98. We've had 2 vehicles retire from this one, the 115 of Tom Lanville and the 77 of Vic Bloom. Service on the number 11 car is complete. We'll let him get on to the racing service. He passes the blue commitment cone and we call him on up. Derek Garrison, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, bud, congratulations winning that second stage. That second stage was a little bit rougher than the first one.
Oh, yeah, dude. Everybody's getting really aggressive for these stage wins, especially the 25 back here. It kind of scared me a little bit coming off or going into 3 there. But, yeah, everybody's getting a little aggressive.
Well, this is where it's going to start really coming into play. You got about 68 laps to go. What are your feelings for the rest of the race?
I've been sizing myself up to the 5 car all night. He looks like he has a fast car, so hopefully I learned a little bit throughout the run here, and hopefully it's enough to hold him off at the end and get the dub again.
Well, all right, Derek. Hey, listen, good luck on the rest of the run, bud. The number 11 looking pretty good out there, and we'll see if it continues to be that way at the end of this one.
Yes, sir. I hope y'all have a lot of fun up there as well.
Oh, always, bud. That was the number 11, Derek Garrison, who won stage number 2. And yeah, he sees it too as a driver. He says, boy, yeah, it's getting a little rough out here.
One thing that these guys got to remember, Chris, that there's a lot of guys behind him who are running for the chase. Now, we're down to 9 right now. I believe we only have 3 out in the track that are actually still in the chase, the 25 to 60, and I believe the 33. So these guys are going to be running hard. I mean, they're not only out there to win a race, they're also out there to be out front and try to get some points on the rest of the guys who didn't show up tonight. So, you know, they want the best finishing position that they possibly can. Obviously, everybody out there wants to win the race. So, I mean, things are going to get crazy. This is New Hampshire, man. I mean, it's just one of those tracks. It's kind of a short track. And like we said earlier, you know, those short track tempers will flare.
No, it's definitely potential as the cars are heading down the back stretch for the last time under the caution flag, this time by Stage 2 winner Derek Garrison looking to try and hold on. He's going to line up right next to James Miller once again. The 33 of Eric Lyda going to be starting third. Jeffrey Cox in the 88 fourth. And Jeffrey Fisher going to be restarting in fifth spot. Zachary Taylor was your lucky dog winner. Zachary Taylor in the 5, right now being scored in 8th spot. Green flag is unfurled in the 11 car, under attack already by James Miller on the outside. Eric Lyda on the inside, running 2x2 for the first 2 rows. Here comes the 60, trying to see what he can do on this early restart. Look out for Troy Leonard. Leonard been very quiet so far this race, but he too would like to be up in the top 5. Right now it's Fisher, and Leonard is gunning him down.
Garrison doing a good job holding off James Miller and that number 25, Chris, but for how long, that's going to be the magic question. Jeffrey Cox in the 88 sitting in third.
Oh, we got one going around. I think it's Eric Lyda. It is Eric Lyda and the 45 of Troy Leonard. Dead stop, and the 33 has a motor that is expired. We're going to go back and take a look, see what happened here. The metallic white and blue 33 is the car we're watching. Uh-oh, may have had a little help from the 60, and the 45 comes in, and then the 98 late to the party, also into the wall, and Eric Lyda has lit the barbecue on the 33. Hot dogs and hamburgers on order in the 33 pit stall. Jake McDonald checking in chat saying, I wish I was out there tonight. Well, Jake, I don't know that you do, really. It's starting to become a little bit of a rough one here. And yeah, Eric Lyda's motor just shut down for the final time here tonight. The 33 blew it up. Too bad for the 33. He's had such good finishes the last few weeks. I don't know if he's used his quick repair or not yet. But either way, he is down 1 lap at this point.
And it seems like a lot of cars might have forgot that they have that one fast repair. I mean, usually we're used to seeing guys hang on to them right after the second stage. You know, they'll come out here to try to finish the race with a nice clean car, Chris. But I haven't been seeing that much tonight now. Makes me kind of wonder. I mean, I know you and I, we messed with our app I&I files so that way we had to check them on. And I'm wondering if these guys are just forgetting when they come down pit road to turn them on in time.
Well, it's that, Rick, or they don't want to use them yet. I mean, let's face it, we've got at least one more pit stop that you have to take, and they're not there yet, so maybe they're saving the best for the next pit stop.
That very well could be. I mean, there's nothing like coming out there with a fresh new car. I mean, obviously New Hampshire not very aerodynamic, but it does help, you know, to have a nice clean car. You can get out there, do what you have to do. You don't have to worry about that aspect of the car slowing you down, so it'll be interesting to see.
Thomas Wagner, the recipient of the lucky dog this time by. Thomas Wagner rejoins the lead lap crew. Derek Garrison, your race leader, is going to be followed by Miller and Cox. Jeffrey Fisher moves up to 4th spot. Zachary Taylor in 5th now. Zachary Taylor dominated the first run of this race. Wasn't able to hold on. Had to come down pit road for fuel. And ended up not winning the first stage, but by all rights, he should have had that one all the way. Andrew Beach silently in his 27 has worked his way to 6th position. Troy Leonard, we just saw him involved in the last caution. Leonard had some damage on that 45. And then there were 9, Rick. 9 vehicles coming on the track right now. We started with 14. 2 of them elected not to even start the race, so really 12. And Eric Lyda still had his fast repair. Lyda 2 laps down, but he's got a brand new number 33. And he's got something a lot of other guys don't out there, which is fresh tires and a fresh tank of fuel. Cars are lining up 2 by 2. We're getting ready to go back to the green flag. Mustang is getting ready to pull down pit road and does. Waiting for that green flag. And there it is, Derek Garrison and James Miller fighting it out again. The 88 gets into Fisher. Fisher up into the wall. Fisher able to hold on. Fisher falls back to 8th spot. Jeffrey Cox continues to motor on. Here comes the 5 of Zachary Taylor. Taylor now up to 4th. Beach in 5th. As we are under caution. We're going to go back and take a look at what happened to Jeffrey Fisher. Go back one more time. That was right at the restart. The 88 to the inside, the 60 to the outside, keeping an eye on Jeffrey Fisher. Seems like it was a pretty good restart. Plenty of gap there. The 5 was looking to the inside. Oh, the 5, not the 88. My apologies to the 88 crew. 5 gets into the 60, sends him sailing. And that beautiful purple paint job is all scratched up now. Jeffrey Fisher coming down pit road. 7th place Wagner, 8th place Fisher down pit road. Eric Lyda set to get 1 lap back. We see him receiving his lucky dog going around the pace car, and that leaves Eric Lyda 1 lap down. So one of the chase vehicles now has been in an accident. That has some points ramifications here.
You know, I feel bad for Fisher, Chris. Week in and week out, he's out here, he's battling, he's digging, he does a good job. He works his way usually from mid to the backpack, all the way up to the front, and then always gets into something towards that. So quite unfortunate for the 60 crew tonight.
Cautions breeding cautions here in New Hampshire, as we just saw the 5 get into the 60. That brings out caution flag number 8 on the night. 2 of them were for stage finishes. The other 6, not so much. So we're going to end up lining them up again 2 by 2. As soon as the lights go off, we'll set these cars back under the green flag. As we're on lap 114 of 170 now.
You know, one guy that's having fun out there, Derek Garrison on 11 machine, Chris. You know, he gets a little bit of pressure from Miller there on the restart, but able to hold him off. Miller probably getting a little frustrated, but not as frustrated as that number 5 car. I mean, dominated here tonight at the beginning of the race and having a heck of a time to get back up front.
Well, this restart may be the best thing that could have happened for the 5, and that's kind of unfortunate for the 60, but the 5 was the one that got into him. But Zachary Taylor going to be starting on the inside second row. He's going to be starting behind race leader Derek Garrison. And Garrison actually said, hey, you know, during his interview after winning the second stage, he said, you know, I was following the 5 and I may have picked up a trick or two. And so far, Garrison has been pretty solid up front. So I believe for everything he said, I believe that he picked up something by watching the 5, and the 5 is probably going to have to figure out a different way to try and get around the 11 tonight.
And it kind of seems like both those drivers, they really follow the same line, Chris. So that's where it's really going to get tough. I mean, they're both comfortable in that one single position. And you got to try to look on the inside or the outside to get around each other. And, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Well, that's just it. And if you got two guys running the same line, something's going to have to give. Pace car going to get set to come down pit road. We're going to take it back to the green flag. Derek Garrison in control. The loud pedal has been hit. And here they come across the start-finish line. And here comes Jeffrey Fisher. Fisher really moving that 60 now. He is wheeling that car towards the front. He's back up into 6th place.
You know, Fisher got a really good restart there, Chris. Able to do what he had to do. I mean, that's one of the good things. 9 cars only left on the track right now. Only 8 of them are on the lead lap. Eric Light is the first and only car 1 lap down right now that is out on the track currently. So able to get around. Fisher definitely not out of it for tonight. It seems like the car really having a little bit of trouble getting up to speed, but once it's there, he'll be a force to reckon with. But right now he's got some pressure on him looking on the outside right now. That's the 88 Jeffrey Cox. Cox not able to really do much there. I saw a little bit of smoke coming from the tires, so he kind of had to brake. But right now looking on the inside now, Fisher, as they're coming down into turn number where are we? I don't even know where we are. We're on turn number 3 going into 4. See if the 88's able to do anything there on the inside. No, Fisher hangs on to it. And definitely gaining a little bit more speed, Chris, as he's heading into turn number 1.
Yeah, a little bit of damage to that 60 car. Definitely slowing him up. The 5 gets into the wall. And the 27 able to take advantage. Andrew Beach goes around the 5 of Zachary Taylor. Taylor has to calm down. He's driving like it's the last lap. Needs to calm down, find his rhythm once again. We know his car is capable of doing it. He's just got to relax and let it happen.
Well, I was just going to say that, Chris. One of the things, I mean, you know, it always happens to me because you hear me all the time when we're racing together. I get frustrated. When you get frustrated, you start making a lot more mistakes. You got to concentrate, take a deep breath, just calm down. We know that he can get back up there. And when he does, that's where it's really going to shine.
Well, Rick, we're on 120, and I think it's time we introduce... Well, this is probably the only track that I'm going to be able to do it on, but we're going to try it anyway. We're going to try the boom cam. We'll be right back. That's pretty cool. I can definitely get behind that. Lots of action. That camera was bringing it to you every single way around this track. And here comes the 43 of Wagner trying to put James Miller down a position. Wagner, it's currently in third. Oh no! May have made contact with the 25. The 25 going around. Wagner slow. The 5 tries to take advantage, gets into the wall. All kinds of havoc. Holy cow. I don't know what's going on out there. It all started with the 43 and the 25. We go back to take a look. 43 cuts down to the inside. The 25 knows he's there. Has a good run, trying to hold his line. And Wagner may have bumped him, sent him sideways. Wagner gets into him, and then we're going to back up one more time, see what happened with the 5. And it looks like iRacing not happy about that. The 5 down pit road one more time. And his night may be just about done here, Rick. Derek Garrison leading him down pit road.
That's quite unfortunate, man. I mean, that's what happens. I mean, this track is tough, Chris. I mean, with no banking, it's flat. You know, the chances of the pass and the chances of cars getting into each other are very, like, 99%. I mean, it's going to happen, especially here at New Hampshire. So just unfortunate for these guys tonight.
Yeah, it really is. We've seen a lot of good action out of these guys tonight. There was some good racing early on, and then cautions being what they are, it has really turned the table on this race. But Derek Garrison would love to just pull one off here. It looks like Miller was able to stay out in his 25. We'll see if he comes down pit road again, but Miller, some damage to the front end of that good-looking number 25 machine.
And Terry Foster kind of leading me into this, Chris, but he's absolutely right. This Sunday, Father's Day, is going to be fabulous, man. I can't wait until we head out with the Blazing Pedals CRJ Karting Truck Series on Sunday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be heading to Canadian Tire Road Course with the trucks, man. That's going to be awesome. So we're going to be here with those guys Sunday night. And then next Friday, I'm looking forward to this race, Chris. We're heading to Bristol for 200 laps here with the Relentless Racing Series here on Turn 3 Racing Network, man. We got some good racing coming up.
It's Bristol, baby, right here next Friday. Bristol, always an exciting track, and, well, let's see how relentless we get there. That's going to be really interesting.
Well, the thing that's going to be interesting, Chris, is that we have a lot of drivers that are getting the tempers. They're flaring up here at New Hampshire. All that is totally going to fall into next week at Bristol. I mean, Bristol, you know, the famous just won the Rattler's Cage. We're in for some good short track racing there. I just got word from the crew of the number 5 machine. The race is done for the night. That is unfortunate.
All right, Zachary Taylor, unfortunately, going to call it a night, going to end up in 9th position. And that is really unfortunate. He dominated the front end of this race. Did everything except for lead the last lap of the first stage, Rick. And I'll tell you, that is a heartbreaker for that team.
And we tried to do you a solid, too. We boosted you up there before we went green flag racing. So, obviously, that's not the problem, man. Unfortunate luck for you. Next week, Bristol, baby. We'll see you there.
Derek Garrison in the 11, still your race leader. Andrew Beach gonna restart on the front row. The 27 has steadily made his way forward, quietly even. Jeffrey Cox and Troy Leonard. Leonard on the inside, 3rd. Cox to the outside, the 88, 4th. As we get ready to go one more time here from the Relentless Racing Series, right here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Pace car drops down. Derek Garrison waiting for the go signal. He gets it, and he is gone. Derek Garrison, the 11, with a fantastic restart. Andrew Beach able to secure 2nd away from Jeffrey Cox. Cox was on the inside, couldn't make it stick, settles for 3rd. Eric Lyda in the 33, sitting in 4th spot. Here comes the 25. The 25 able to reset his car. That Toyota Camry is on the move. Way to go forward. And Eric Lyda stuck on the outside, may not be able to put a challenge up, and here comes the 45 around. Troy Leonard going for a ride, along with the 60. The 45 and the 60 mixing up. We go back. The 43 was right there as well. The 60 peeking way to the inside. Oh, looks like Thomas may have scrubbed the wall. We're going to have to go back and look at that one more time. So we have to go back a little ways. iRacing not liking that tonight for some reason. It's giving me a case of the jitters. But we want to see what happened here. So the 43 does bounce off the wall, but I don't think that had anything to do with it. The 45 and the 60 had their own problems going on. And they get wrapped up into another one. Both cars coming down pit road. And Derek Garrison, still your race leader. Jeffrey Fisher's got to be shaking his head, Rick. He's got to be. You know, he's one of the 3 chase drivers out there. He's just trying for a good finish. And he can't seem to miss anything tonight. By my count, he has been involved in 3 different cautions here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just quite unfortunate there, Chris. I mean, every race he comes out, he tries his hardest, does a good job, and I just hate to see the bad luck continue for the 60 crew. I mean, race after race, and he's just trying, like you said, trying to do the best he can, get out there, get a good finish. I mean, one of the 3 chase drivers, 2 of them right now, AV Sim Sports drivers, coming down pit road. And it's just unfortunate for Fisher. So after tonight, Chris, we got 2 races left, and it's going to be the round of 2. Next week, like we talked about, we're heading to Bristol and then Sonoma, so they're going to throw in a road course there. Then we're going to take a week off for 4th of July. Then we're going to be in Kansas, ISM, and then finishing out the season at Homestead, Miami. So the long season, it's been 24 races. These guys doing everything that they possibly can to get out there. Right now we got Derek Garrison getting ready to line up. The lights are still on. The pace car should come off this time by. Well, it looks like one more lap. And the lights are now off. There we go. Garrison, Andrew Beach, Jeffrey Cox, Thomas Wagner, Troy Leonard rounding out the top 5. Jeffrey Fisher is sitting in 6th position. James Miller in 7th. Now 6th. They're just battling back and forth. Eric Lyda, 8. Only 8 cars left on the track. The 5 has retired for the night. Ben Quimby Jr. also off. Tom Laneville, Vic Bloom. Had an early night. Here we come down. The pace car's going down pit road. Chris, Derek Garrison looking to have a good restart once again. The green flag drops, and so doesn't the foot of the number 11. Right on that accelerator, wasting no time. Getting that car up to speed right now. The 88-27. 27 on the outside right now. Not quite clear. Might be able to do it here. He is clear. The 88's going to fall in behind. Travis Wagner takes over 3rd position, doing everything he can on the inside there. Gets around the 88. Puts his sights now on the 27. James Miller. Trying to track down that position from the 88. Chris doing everything he can. Coming down into turn number 1. He is clear. Moves out in front of the 88.
The 27 car, that's Andrew Beach. Kind of took a high line there. The 43 and the 25 rub doors. 43 takes it really deep into the corner. The 25 has to hit the brakes. The 25 down to the inside. Thomas Wagner was trying to be the man on the outside. The 25 simply went around. Here comes the 43. They're getting set to do battle one more time. Wagner can't quite get to the inside. Derek Garrison still has about a 0.2 of a second lead, make it 0.3 over the 27 of Andrew Beach. Andrew Beach going to be looking in the rearview mirror. He's going to have a mirror full of Thomas Wagner. Wagner blinks. Wagner gone from the racing surface. There he is. And the 43 gets collected by the 25. You have to know that was because of the blinking. It had to be because of the blinking. We're going to go back and take a peek. And we're going to have to do it out of the 25 view. We're going to hit the cockpit and we're going to go way back and take a peek at that. Interesting. Well, apparently it doesn't want us to see it. iRacing giving me a little bit of a fit tonight. As once again, we are under caution. This is caution number 10 on the night. Involving Thomas Wagner and the 25 of James Miller. Miller able to stay on the track in third spot. Thomas Wagner has fallen back to 8th. Heavy damage on the 43. Everybody coming down pit road. Every driver on the track on the lead lap. We're going to go ahead and go side by side for just a little bit here. We'll get the pit stops out of the way. Oh no. Oh no. The 60 and the 33 get collected on pit road. The 33 ended up into the wall. We'll go side by side. We'll be right back.
And he's going to get them all done with. What amazing lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press. He saved it. What a save.
Look to the outside as Trunke goes off. De Jong into second place.
going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
I trying this contact though. Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Renner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe. Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Makashube, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
And getting ready now to go back to the restart. Cars are lined up and we're getting ready to go. New leader Jeffrey Cox in the 88. He takes off. The loud pedal in the 88 comes to life. That Ford Mustang looking to try and lead some under the green flag. He's got Derek Garrison, who falls into position right behind him. The 11 would like to get the lead back. The 88 has it. 11 wants it. Here comes Miller. Miller in third. He's got the 27. Andrew Beach behind him. Eric Lyda rounding out the top 5. The 88 doesn't quite have enough to hold on. The 11 to the inside takes position.
Of course, running that Cox because Jeffrey Cox checking in on chat. Hey guys, sorry about not having a mic to talk to you guys in the booth, but car is really good, and I think we might have a shot of women. Hey, listen, if you win this race, they're going to be all over you, brother.
Eric Lyda hard into the wall, and it slows him up. Jeffrey Fisher able to take advantage. Fisher moves himself up into 5th spot. Up front, it is Derek Garrison. He has been the man for the second half of this race. With 26 laps to go, Derek Garrison looking in the rearview mirror, and he is seeing the 88 get a little bit smaller. James Miller, the first car in the chase, third car on track. Miller would love to try and take a victory out of this one, but he's got some work to do. James Miller running in third. Andrew Beach in the National Guard Chevy number 27 has been having an up and down night, but quietly, and right now he is finding himself in the 4th position. A little damage to the right front on the 27. Jeffrey Fisher, what more is there to say? Fisher has been involved in at least 3 different cautions that brought out the flag, probably 30 something that didn't. Jeffrey Fisher holding on to the top 5. He's got Eric Lyda right behind him in the 33. Eric Lyda has had the hot foot in this league for the last several weeks. He has been a top 3 finisher for 3 weeks in a row coming into tonight. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get there here in New Hampshire. Troy Leonard last week took a break from his vanilla Coke car, went with the cherry. Didn't like the finish, comes back with the vanilla Coke car, and Troy Leonard is running in 7th spot. The last car on the lead lap, obviously not up to speed. It's the 43 of Thomas Wagner hanging on. A lot of damage to that 43. You're actually hearing him downshift to try and get some speed out of that car. And that brings us once again back to the race leader. It's the number 11 of Derek Garrison, and Rick, he's looking pretty strong right now as that 11.
Yeah, the number 11 Chevy Camaro out there out front, Chris. I mean, it seems like any car that gets out in a nice clean air is able to just kind of pull away from, especially if the guys are racing. Like right now, Jeffrey Cox and Miller are trying to do. Miller's looking on the inside right now, but it just gives them that lead. And, I mean, cars are happy out in that nice clean air right now.
And they are still battling back here for 5th spot. Eric Lyda has it, but the 45 Troy Leonard looking to try and take it away. Leonard has the 60 car of Fisher right behind him, trying to push him forward. But Eric Lyda on the outside, able to hold on. Back up front, it is Garrison and Cox. 1 and 2, James Miller running in 3rd right now. Derek Garrison, when he crosses the start-finish line, there'll be 20 laps to go. Everybody has enough fuel to make it to the end. Tires, that's been another situation altogether here tonight for these Xfinity cars. Looks like we have a challenge going on for second spot. Jeffrey Cox in the 88 has it. Oh no, the 25 gets into the 88, and the 25 and the 88 go around, and we are under yellow one more time. No commentator curse there, but the 88 and 25 get together. We'll go back and take a peek. You see they are running side by side. And the 25 gets tight, gets into the 88. The 88 tries to hold on. The 25 looks like he may have. Yeah, he stayed out of the wall. The 25 launches himself back onto the racing surface. As we go back live, under caution one more time, the 88 and the 25 still haven't settled their differences on track. And every single car coming down pit road. More fuel, more tires. What's the call going to be for the 11 machine?
I see the right side up right now on the 11 machine, Chris, so at least right side tires going in. The fuel is pouring into the tank right now, doing everything he possibly can to get back out there. I'm watching to see if the left side goes up, and he takes off.
Yeah, left side did go up on the number 11, so 4 tires was the call. And Garrison just beats Miller out to take over first again. Miller going to have second. Eric Lyda with that pit stop. Fantastic pit stop for Eric Lyda. Brings him up to third. Andrew Beach holding on to fourth. Jeffrey Fisher fifth. Jeffrey Cox falls back to sixth position. Troy Leonard going to be seventh. And Thomas Wagner's 43 going to round out the field in the eighth position. So Derek Garrison really would like to see this thing go green for the rest of the way. He seems to have the hot shoe tonight. The 25 going to be lining up right beside him. And honestly, Miller has not been able to do much when starting on the outside. Eric Light is going to have the best seat in the house. Going to be starting inside second row. He's going to be able to follow Garrison, try and take over second from James Miller. That is points implication between Miller and Lyda. Both of those drivers in the chase. As we see the right front fenders there, looks like about equal damage out of both of those cars. So that'll be a drag race for those two. We have seen the pace car lights go off. We're getting set to go back to the green flag. It'll be 15 laps to go when they take the green.
And just speaking of the chase drivers, Chris, that we just talked about, you got Eric Light in the 33 sitting in third, Jeffrey Fisher in the 60 machine sitting in fifth, and then where did Miller go? There he is. Miller sitting in second. So Miller, Eric Lyda, and Jeffrey Fisher out there running for those coveted pace points.
And what was kind of a small field to begin with, it's going to end up, looks like, with 8 cars, providing nothing else happens. This track really having its way. Some tempers getting in the way of a couple of drivers. Nonetheless, pace car lights are off. It's coming around turn 4. It drops down. And we get ready to go back to the green flag. Garrison Miller on the front row. Green flag in the air. James Miller, best restart of the night, holding on the outside, putting the challenge on Derek Garrison. Garrison fights back on the inside. The 25, Miller looking to try and win this one. He's trying to do it from the outside, Rick, and that's tough to do here.
I was just going to say that, Chris. I mean, right now, Garrison has the line that everybody wants. Miller definitely wants it. Trying to do everything he can on the outside, just not working out for him. Putting on some good pressure, though, as they go around into turn 1 right now. Miller not able to do much. He is peaking on the outside again, but he's just kind of stuck there.
Yeah, outside, not exactly the right place to try and pass here. It can actually slow you down. But depending on how the car is driving, and it looks like they're a little tight, you got to try and diamond that, which would mean that you're going a little higher and then coming shallow off the corners. And that's exactly the way Miller's driving right now, like the car is tight. Miller definitely not losing sight of the back bumper of the 11 car of Garrison. But there is a little separation now between second and third place runners, Miller and Lyda. Lyda's got his hands full with Andrew Beach. Beach has really been, I keep saying it, but it's starting to become not true, but a pretty quiet night for Andrew. It's turning into what could be a pretty decent top 5.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. I mean, of course, he wants to get around Lyda, but right now, Lyda trying to continue on his streak so far. For like we said, the last 3 weeks he's been in the top 3. Right now, sitting in 3rd. So, right where we're used to seeing him there for the past few weeks. Rich got you absolutely right. That track definitely is wicked super tight right now.
We were kind of hoping that it was going to loosen up through the run. It has not. It's stayed tight. Derek Garrison is your race leader with 10 laps to go. 10 to go is the call from the flag stand. And the 11 starting to put a little bit of a gap on James Miller. Derek Garrison holding on for one more lap. 9 more to go for Garrison in the 11. James Miller trying to figure out a way around so far. Hasn't been able to. Maybe setting up for the long run here. Miller keeps poking himself to the outside. Rick, this could be set up. Something for Derek Garrison to watch in the rearview mirror.
You know, if Miller keeps doing that, Chris, I mean, it's one of those things, it's kind of hard to tell what the other driver's doing. But you're absolutely right. Garrison definitely keeping his eye out on that rearview mirror, seeing Miller each time going up, you know, a little higher. And I think what Miller's trying to do is kind of fake him out a little bit. You know, like you said, going for the long haul. Miller keeps doing that. Maybe Garrison moves up a little bit. That's going to allow that 25. If that 25 gets on the inside, it could spell, you know, the race win for him. That's a definite. I mean, so definitely maybe trying to do a little psych move here. We're about to find out. We got 7 laps left to go.
Derek Garrison in the 11 leading the way. 7 laps to go. The 25 Miller trying to figure out a way around him. 3rd place Eric Lyda under attack from Andrew Beach. Andrew had a look on the inside, couldn't make it stick. Had to get on the brakes. Andrew Beach makes contact with Lyda. The left side of Lyda's car goes up, but stays on the track. They door bang one more time. Eric Lyda trying to hold on, but cannot do it. Beach takes over 3rd spot. Here comes Wagner in the 43.
You know, Beach got a little bit of help from Wagner, too. Gave him a little bit of a bump there, Chris. And those guys just, they're going all over, racing as hard as they possibly can right now. Andrew Beach takes over 3rd. Thomas Wagner moves up to 4th. Eric Lyda down to 5th.
5 laps to go. 5 fingers being displayed from the flag stand. Derek Garrison was able to see it without anybody in front of him. 5 more for your leader, Derek Garrison.
Ooh, the 43 into the 27. Gave him a little bit of a door hug there. Caused the 27 to go up and scrub the wall, Chris.
27 still has not recovered as he touches the wall one more time. Eric Lyda to the inside. Andrew Beach now gets it going in the right direction. The 27 looking to possibly return the favor. The 88, Jeffrey Cox, goes down to the inside looking for more. Jeffrey Cox would like the top 5 finish. Mustang has seen better days, a little damage to the front end, but he is still able to race in the 88, trying to pull in the 33. Back up front, it is Derek Garrison as he crosses the line. It's going to be three laps to go now.
3 laps to go right now in the chase drivers so far. James Miller sitting in 2nd. You got Eric Lyda sitting in 5th. Jeffrey Fisher in the 60 sitting in 8th position right now.
James Miller pushing that 25 as hard as he can. Pushed so hard he scrubbed the wall. The 25 trying to figure out a way. He's able to reel him in through the corners, but I'll tell you, Garrison has some straightaway speed, and I don't know if what Miller's doing is going to work or not. This is going to get good. 2 laps to go now as position 1 and 2 start heading down the backstretch of this mile-long New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
You know, Miller's trying to focus in on his, his inner Earnhardt right now, Chris. Trying to put that pressure on. Hey, listen, I'm out your back bumper. I'm bumping you. What are you going to do? Each lap he goes on, looks onto the outside, trying to use that. And right now, there he goes, Miller on the outside. Finally able to rattle the cage. Let's see if Derek Garrison can hang on as they're heading into 1 right now. Right now, Garrison hanging on. Clears Miller.
Miller with another bump. Final lap. Half a mile to go for the 11. Derek Garrison has defended away the charge of the 25 of Miller. James Miller not going to be able to get to that back bumper again. Miller had him, he thought, and couldn't make it happen. Derek Garrison, your race leader and winner here tonight in New Hampshire Motor Speedway. 170 miles complete. James Miller coming in 2nd. Thomas Wagner squeaking a 3rd. Andrew Beach comes home 4th. Lyda 5th. Jeffrey Cox ends up 6th spot. Troy Leonard 7th. And Jeffrey Fisher gonna round out the field in 8th. Unbelievable finish. Great last 2 laps. Miller put the pressure on all that he could. He gave him a couple of good shots to the rear bumper. Garrison knew where he wanted to be. He moved down to the inside. Don't think for a second that was by accident. He knew he could defend, and he did. And Derek Garrison is your race winner. 170 miles complete, and it was a rough one, Rick. 11 different cautions tonight. But finally, we have crowned a winner on the night. It's Derek Garrison in the 11.
You're absolutely right, Chris. And I want to give mad props and respect out to James Miller in that 25 machine. He could have dumped the 11 for, to get a position, Chris, but he just rattled his cage. He bumped him, let him know that he was there, trying to freak him out a little bit. But Derek Garrison was able to stay cool, calm, and collective and bring home the win tonight.
All right. Well, these guys are all lined up and ready to go. And we're going to take a very quick commercial break, guys. We're going to be right back. And we are back here with the Relentless Racing Series. We just finished up 170 miles of wild action. And coming home in 3rd tonight, it is the 43 car of Thomas Wagner. Thomas, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, bud. Well, we're looking at the front end of your car, and it definitely tells the story of the night. it's pretty banged up, but able to squeak out a third place finish here for you tonight. Not a bad run.
My eyes hurt. My arms are killing me. My feet hurt. Everything hurts. This race sucked. I can't say we're gonna go back here next season. Everybody basically complained all race because it was so tight. But other than that, we kind of played a little yo-yo game from going 3 laps down, working our asses off, trying to get back up to the lead lap. I think around lap 110, we got our kind of lap back and worked our way up towards then. We were sitting third for a little bit. Me and James got into a little bit, but racing happens, and we choose to kind of move past it. Unfortunately, one of the members tonight had to be removed from the race and removed from the league. Just stupid people doing stupid things with their attitudes and their intentions during the race that we don't like. But other than all that, it was a great race, and I really appreciate you guys broadcasting.
All right, buddy. Listen, anybody on that 43 that you need to thank tonight?
No, we just got a Ford EcoBoost Mustang. No sponsors this week, just Ford and what they're doing for the environment with their EcoBoost vehicles. And actually, they have better fuel mileage. I think that's why we got third tonight.
There you go. That'll do it every time. Thomas Wagner, driver of the 43. Congratulations once again on a third place finish and a good race.
Thank you, guys.
And coming home second place tonight, a hell of a battle at the end of this one. The number 25, it's James Miller. And Miller, you had a run, bud. And I tell you, you were on the back bumper, and you chose, and I think admirably, you chose not to take out the 11 at Garrison. Why don't you take me through that last couple of laps?
Yeah, he didn't deserve it. We were really good. I finally figured out a line there at the end of getting the good run off, and I was trying to figure out, where to pass, and all race it's been hard to get to that outside. So I was very surprised when he gave me the outside on the end there, but he blocked it. He drove in deep and tried to cross under, just couldn't get the car to accelerate. So no, he did a really good job this race. I had a struggle there, had a bit of a altercation with the 43. Just didn't appreciate getting run over so much with this race and last race, so dealt with that a bit there. And then ironically, I spun the 80 out the same way the 43 did, so I really wish I didn't do that, but yeah, it was a pretty good race. Got the stage win, got second place, got an interview at the end. Things are looking good.
All right, bud. And anybody on that 25 that you need to thank tonight?
Yeah, just thank Grandstand Video, AV SimSport for the great car and great team. Thanks to Jeffrey Fisher and Eric Lida for being great teammates and working on strategy through practice and through the race and keeping everyone's heads together. Also, shout out to Haley Fisher for watching and everyone cheering on Jeffrey this race.
All right, bud. Well, listen, next week it's Bristol. I believe, now I haven't seen the updated points, so I'm kind of guessing here. You are still the points leader. I don't see that has changed since you were the highest chase winner tonight. Bristol coming up. Any thoughts?
Probably the same action as we got this race. Hopefully not too much retaliation is going to be transferred over, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of hot heads that race too.
All right. I actually agree with you, James. So congratulations once again, bringing that 25 home in second, and good luck to you next week.
Thanks, guys.
That's James Miller, driver of the number 25, bringing it home in second. And he came in second because the driver of number 11, Derek Garrison, had a hell of a race here, and he really poured it on in the second half of this one. Derek, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, bud, you've got to be doing handstands in your living room right now or wherever you choose to have your sim, because you just raced a hell of a race and came home with a victory. How do you feel?
Man, I feel accomplished. Man, it's a great race. Thanks for the 25 there. Dude, he put on a show. Yeah, dude, I had a lot of fun. I'm really beginning to love this series, and goodness gracious, man, it's unbelievable. 2 in a row.
Yeah, it's really cool. Go ahead, Rick.
The thing that I love, Chris, is so we talked to Derek back at lap 100 when he won stage 2, and he sounds just like he does now. I mean, you're just so cool and calm, man. Congratulations, you definitely deserved it tonight.
Thank you, man. I hope y'all had a lot of fun up there. I know y'all put in a lot of work doing this stuff, and man, I can't thank y'all enough for doing stuff like this. It's really entertaining for people to watch and stuff like that, and for us to go back and rewatch the video, just trying to learn from our mistakes and stuff like that. It's really helpful. So I applaud y'all guys, and happy Father's Day to everybody. And man, I can't believe it, 2 in a row. I want to celebrate tonight.
There you go, bud, and yeah, absolutely. Happy Father's Day to everybody, and congratulations once again. Anybody on the 11 you need to thank tonight, Derek?
Oh man, I just want to thank y'all and Relentless Racing here. Man, it's awesome. Love to be part of this league here, and definitely love y'all broadcasting this. It's really entertaining, like I said earlier. And man, I don't know what to say right now.
Well, you can say I'm the race winner 2 times in a row, because that's exactly what you are, Derek. Congratulations one more time.
Thank you, man. Hopefully next year we have a points run. But right now I'm having a lot of fun beating these Chase guys.
Congratulations, bud. And that's going to do it here on a Friday night, Rick. A good way to start the Father's Day weekend. And man, a lot of action out there. 11 different cautions tonight. And it was full of them, man. It was good fun to watch, though, and definitely put on a hell of a show for us. So we're going to go over the unofficial results here real quick. Derek Garrison is the race winner. James Miller, Thomas Wagner, Andrew Beach comes home 4th. Eric Lida 5th. Jeffrey Cox 6th. Troy Leonard brings his vanilla Coke car home in 7th position. Orange vanilla. Yeah, see, I missed it. Jeffrey Fisher comes home 8th place. Zach Taylor in the 5 car comes home in 9th. Ben Quimbley comes home in 10th place. Tom Lanville, Vic Bloom rounded out the field. Joshua Kane and Thomas Norton did not start this race. Joshua Kane, I know you were having problems with your heel, and that's probably why you didn't race tonight. Good luck getting that better for you, bud. And for everybody else, please do enjoy the rest of the weekend. Tune in once again this Sunday night. We're going to see the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals Truck Series head across the border up to Montreal, where we can finally speak French, Rick.
Voulez-vous butter?
No.
Monsieur la Juvie?
All right, with that, poutine. Poutine, there we go. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, all.
You